Hey everybody, how's everybody doing today? Alright, let me give you some breaking news that just happened recently. All of you remember the clip that I made about Mike Maloney, which is titled Mike, Phoney, Maloney, Baloney, and Chris Martinson Exposed. Well, guess what? The YouTube company or whatever basically listened to the request from Dan at ygoldandsilver.com, from ygoldandsilver, and sent a copyright counter notification stating that it was a infringement of the company video of Y Gold and Silver. And Cyrus basically had a copyright infringement. Oh, please. What a bunch of bull. Oh, yes, Cyrus is doing something terrible and wrong. No, excuse me, you guys are the troublemakers. You guys are telling people to get into gold and silver, and when people jump in, they buy your products, they lose a heck of a lot of their net worth and their assets, okay? So basically, the clip got taken down, and by the way, honestly, I don't think this is copyright infringement. I just basically took part of his clips and just analyzed it, played a little piece by piece of it, and then gave my intake. That isn't copyright infringement, okay? It isn't copyright infringement if I take the same exact video, or almost all of it, and reuse it and put it on my other channel without consent. To me, that is copyright infringement, alright? I mean, this is just so unbelievably, okay, random piece of garbage claim. Oh my gosh. And by the way, let me tell you something. Is this all you got? You want to fight back like this? Is that how you seek revenge against me for exposing what a bunch of maniacs you guys really are? Well, let me tell you something, sir. I think by doing this, without you making a clip debunking the video that I made a couple of months ago, it exposes how weak you are and how you wanted to take down a piece of information that exposed the truth. That's right, exposed a lot of great information, but you don't want the public to know that, do you? Oh, so what do you have to do? You went to YouTube and sent a copyright counter infringement, or whatever the crap it is. Well, hey, let me tell you something. By me making this clip, it really, really shows, obviously, what complete schemes and what complete frauds you possibly and highly likely are. Alright? Because everybody can see it. Because it was a clip that got over 1,100, I think about 1,300 views or so, and it exposed a lot of truthful and necessary information. Come on, people. Don't you see their tactics? Don't you see how they work? It's just so unbelievable. And what I really think is that, let me just tell you really who Mike Maloney is. Let me just recap. He is a guy who was selling, I believe, audio equipment and hooked up with this guy, Robert Kiyosaki, which I've exposed before, and they got into the whole gold and silver, hyperinflation, dollar collapse. I don't know if he actually predicts hyperinflation, but currency crisis, doom and gloom, mania. And you notice how this guy does not promote Bitcoin or foreign investment like the other gold and silver perma bulls, because he wants to mainly sell you precious metals. He also doesn't promote the ETFs and the mining equities. So he used these videos, these dramatic, hypnotizing videos, to kind of get people in to buy gold and silver. So he's part of the whole gold pumping machine. And as a result, a lot of people that got into gold and silver, especially in the last 4 years or so, basically really took a hit. And they really got severely lost. Meanwhile, for several months, for a long time, I've been telling you all that the stock market overall, Dow, NASDAQ, is going to do much better. And if you got into it, you would have made significant amount of gains. In fact, some of the ETFs that are correlated with it, you would have made huge sums of percentage gains. I'm talking about 50, 60, 120%, 200% over a number of years. So anyway, this really, really shows that, after the complaint he made, it really obviously shows his true colors. In fact, to me, I'm viewing this as an opportunity. I'm not really scared at all. Because let me tell you something, okay? I'm using an opportunity to expose you even more, to show people who you truly are. And not just you, all of you in the whole gold and silver dollar collapse, get out of U.S. securities, fear-mongering, doom and gloom mantra. This should be an opportunity to not only expose you, but even have the opportunity to contact the SEC, FINRA, and especially the Federal Trade Commission, and potentially the Commodities Futures Trading Commission about all of this. Okay? Don't think that you just saying this complaint you have won, because you have not. Okay? And you know who I want to win? The average investor, because those are the sheep. Those are the ones that are being attacked by the predator. So, I don't know about this. I might be threatened by a lawsuit. It's very complicated. And let me tell you something, people. If this goes on, if this gets really out of hand, my channel might just eventually shut down. And I'm going to benefit one way or another. If my channel just goes bye-bye, I'm done. I can just move on with my life. I can just continue with my investments, which they're very promising. I've had lots of success recently, and I don't have to pay so much attention and waste my time covering these maniacs. Of course, YouTubing really, really is time-consuming, and there isn't really a lot of benefits, although I do need the YouTubing to grow my movement, along with my plan to develop an empire, a master plan development across southern Nevada, because it's really, really helpful. But, that doesn't necessarily mean I still need it, though. Okay? Because I still have, a lot of other ways to connect people through high-tech processes as well. So, let me tell you something. And by the way, believe it or not, this guy, Mike Maloney, along with his office, he actually lives around Santa Monica because his office is based there. And I live just about 60 miles away in Orange County, California. So this is pretty neat. Now let me just read the form for you so you can pretty much understand what is really going on. So, and even if I do win in this, okay, at least we all win, and I can continue, and we can really make some significant progress in the whole YouTube community. Now, it says here, to submit a copyright counter notification, you must be certain that you have the legal right to post YouTube. By submitting a counter notification, you consent disclosing information below, including your name, address, phone number, and the claimant. Counter notification is a legal notification to YouTube that the claimant has made a mistake or misidentified your content. To prevent your content from being restained to YouTube, the claimant must sue you. Okay, well, this is getting a little dangerous. If you are not prepared to face this claimant in court, you should not proceed with this counter notification. If there is any part of this process that's unclear to you, please consult with a lawyer. Well, first of all, I don't want to spend hundreds of dollars going to a law office. I mean, I have the money, but I just don't want to do it. And reading this is, again, I'm only 21 years old. I'm not so clear enough with these upper level vocabulary words. I understand it. English is my first language, but of course, even I have difficulty understanding this. So if you guys can really tell me what this really means, I really need your help because I'm really confused about what to do. I'm not going to submit right now. I'm going to have to think about it, but at least this video really gives me some backup claims. So anyway, here's his email. You can email this guy and tell him, what in the world are you doing? Why the hell are you doing this kind of crap? And how is this even wrong? I mean, seriously. We suggest you consult with a lawyer. Submitting a counter notification triggers a legal process that will allow you from video from being to be restored to YouTube. By submitting a counter notification, you consent your personal information from the revealed to the original complaint. Please also note that the legal process requires the complaint to sue you and prevent the content from being restored in YouTube. Okay, so you'll see here. And then a counter notification is one way resolving a copyright strike. Here are two alternatives. The copyright strike may expire 6 months as long as there's no additional copyright penalties are received in that time. A valid retractor from the complaint will restore the content and resolve the strike. For more information about the retractions may be found here. Okay, I don't have time to look into that link. So, first of all, I want to say that I'm sorry if I sound a little weird because I have a runny nose. I think it's allergy season. Our area has a very high pollen level. All right, moving on. A counter notification is right here. You'll also see, give me your full legal name, street address, city, provincial. So let me type in my name, Cyrus, whatever, city, Laguna, Niguel. Okay. So you'll see here, and then let's take a look at why are you filing. I swear under perjury that I have good faith belief that the material was removed under mistake or misidentification of the material to be removed or disabled. I consent with the federal district court for the district which my address is located, or if my address is outside of the United States, the judicial district in which YouTube is located, which will accept the service of process of the complaint. I understand the abuse and the form of termination of my YouTube account. Okay. Well, let's hope I can get the video back. If not, then I don't know exactly. But anyway, you guys are not going to stop me. I'm going to succeed. And even by the time I'll make huge profits and I won't make any videos, it will really expose who you are. So all of us, let's just take a look at this, and I'm going to tell you, the future looking very bumpy, but it's very promising down the line. Thank you so much, and please give me some advice and tips.